I'm Hudson Thames, and thanks for watching Hollywire.
When I look back, I remember when we met, how I felt, how you stayed, how you left, how you came back, someone else. When I look back and I remember, yeah.
What's up, Hollywire? I'm here with Hudson Thames.
You?
I thought you were saying you for a second, and I was like, are you gonna finish the
My
sentence?
like Soldier Boy ad lib. You.
We're going to play a game called Hollywords.
Okay. Slower than I thought.
Yeah, that was pretty sad. Dating deal breakers.
I love how like all of these are like Netflix or pizza, blah blah blah, and I get this one. And people are on their phone too much. It drives me crazy. But just like sitting like at dinner and like, you know, just like texting and stuff, just kind of peppy.
When it's just like the two of you, where it's like,
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I agree. So do you want to give it like a harder spin
Yeah,
this time?
I do. Let's send it. Does one of these have like a free car on it or something? Private jet, yeah. Oh, that's hard. Private jet, I think.
Really?
Yeah, because there's so many places. Like you're saying, if I owned one of these, like yeah, private jet for sure. Who would you want to work with? Number one though on my list is Jack White, because me too, and like stylistically, obviously my music is very different from his, but he's kind of the first reason I started like playing in bands growing up. My like buddy who was younger than me, were in elementary school, and he's like, I'm gonna start playing the drums, and I was like, cool, I'll play like piano and guitar. And I went to a White Stripes concert and saw like how big they could sound with just two people, and it kind of was like, okay, cool, like maybe then I can do that, and kind of gave me a little confidence to do that.
Tried to keep it small, it wasn't enough. It's nobody's fault, it was bigger than us. At least we gave it all a little too much. It's nobody's fault, it was bigger than us, and bigger than us.
So you have a new song that we just got to hear the acoustic version of.
Yes, I do.
What was the writing process like for Bigger Than Us?
That's such a loaded question, but I started writing the song. I basically was dating someone for a long time, ended up, you know, parting ways with that person, and it really like messed me up like for like a long time. Ended up like leaving, traveling like the entire world, basically like quarter life crisis situation. And then I came back and I wrote that song, and then we turned it into the label, and I had been like sending them email after email after email, like I think the song needs an orchestra on it. And then, long story short, we ended up going to Air Studios in London to record the orchestra. So it was like a 6-month process, kind of all around.
I assume that this is kind of like the deepest, most emotional thing that you have written, from what it sounds like.
Yeah, so far, for sure.
You have traveled to, is it all 7 continents or just 6?
So what I want to do is I promised myself I would go to all 7 continents before I'm 27. So I've been to 5, I'm going to Africa in November, December, and then Australia hopefully in February. But
You did Antarctica before you did Australia?
yeah, so the Antarctica was like right after that relationship ended, and I was just like, I need to get as far away from anything as possible. And all these travel experiences have like really been this unbelievable, like kind of serendipitous thing where these opportunities come up, and it's like, it's been wild, especially Antarctica. But yeah, right before I wrote that song, I shaved my head in a bathroom in Chile and went to Antarctica. And
I mean,
I was just like, went so rogue.
That's apparently, like, I don't think you could get further than Antarctica. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
it was
that's great. So you were born and raised here. Your dad is an actor, correct?
Yeah, my dad was an actor for a long time. My whole family on his side's from Mississippi. So he grew up playing like super dope, like honky tonk blues piano, which is kind of how I learned how to play piano, just watching him as a kid and being like, that's awesome, I want to do that. And so he was kind of my teacher my whole life.
You also did acting though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was it like you wanted to do music eventually, but acting kind of came with the territory because you were living in LA and came from a family of people in entertainment?
Honestly, yeah, I mean, I make that comparison all the time. It's like if I grew up in Detroit, I'd probably work in the auto industry, but I grew up in LA. And it kind of came about because I was like a super crazy, like spastic kid, and my parents were like, you need an activity, you're driving us insane. try, you want to go to an acting class? I was like, sure. And I went, and then I remember like a couple months in, the acting teacher was like, you know, you can make money doing this. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, this is so fun. And so I really enjoyed it. And then when I had the opportunity to start like making my own first album with Universal, I was kind of like, okay, I want to just give this all my attention for a second and just take a little bit of pause on the acting stuff and then come back to it like when I feel like I made the album's done, you know?
Yeah, so do you think you're gonna stay in music or are you going to go back to acting?
I actually just jumped back in, and there's 2 projects that I'm working on which I can't talk about yet, but I will. You can expect more acting stuff for sure.
Awesome. Well, when you're back in here, when when you can talk about them, then we'll find out then.
That's right.
Well, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. That was awesome.
Thanks, Hollywire. Stay tuned for more videos.